This is a 2014 Rodman Spirit 31 from a Spanish boat builder. Absolutely fantastic boat, really quirky. We're going to show you the full walkthrough tour now, so please like and subscribe to our channel and stay tuned for this tour right here, right now. I'm Jonathan Parker from Parker Adams Boat Sales, and we're here today in Port Solent Marina to show you this really quirky Rodman Spirit 31. You won't see many of them about, but they're absolutely fantastic design, and we're going to do the walkthrough tour now. I'm going to show you around the boat, but I'm sort of in a bit of self-discovery as well with this. So we're going to walk around and I'm going to try and find all the features because there's many on here. Now the first thing you might notice is this table that's been put here on the corner. Now because this bathing platform lends itself, the full bathing platform becomes part of the whole cockpit area. It's not necessarily separated out. So this is actually used. Oh look, hello, how are you? Would you like to spectating? Okay, lovely. It's a swan feeding table. So you cut up the bread and give it to the swan. Can you give swans bread? I don't know, something else. Yeah, I know, okay. So the idea of this, the current owner actually has a cob barbecue and has the cob barbecue on here. And of course, you can lend it to that because it doesn't really matter if you drop, if you're a bit mucky over here, it's really good. And also, if you don't want somebody on your boat, you can put their chair there and you can sit here and you can sell stuff across here. Social distancing, yeah, it's a social distancing table. But obviously removable. But I really like the way this is laid out. Now, you may think, well, it's open transom, surely, that would affect its categorisation. But no, this is actually a Category B CE rated boat for up to 8 people and Category C for up to 10. So a real capable sports cruiser as well. And this is actually on shaft drive, and this will push the boat, even though it's on shaft drive, to 30 knots. So you've got a cruising speed of sort of mid-20s, about 25 knots with this boat. So a very capable cruiser as well. But what you may have noticed already is these 2 seating areas, you actually have a bit of a trick, because when we got to the boat, these double as a transom enclosure. So if I do that, and you can have these seats wherever you like, you don't have to move them completely. Every hole is a different position, so they'll lock in every couple of inches if you want it to, so you can actually position it wherever you want. If I show you, it comes all the way, and now this is completely enclosed. The side covers drop down, and we'll overlay a picture, won't we, Andrew, of the side covers down, so you can actually see it. It completely encloses this area. It's really smart, but there is an opening just in the centre. So when you're boarding the boat, you simply just move this open slightly, and then you can come in. So you can have it slightly open, as big as the door. What that enables you, if you don't have it all the way round, it gives you access through, but still gives you side access as well. So as you come on, you can see there's a lovely round table, obviously to complement the circular seating, but then this lovely synthetic teak all the way through. Now the synthetic teak runs all the way through the saloon under the new carpets as well. And this boat, I'll have to say, is in beautiful condition. It's a 2014 boat, but it really feels like you just stepped on a boat with a boat show. It's in lovely, lovely condition. Really nice side access, and the same this side as well. Really easy. I've just rolled up that cover, and you can come all the way around the sides, all the way through to the front, and there's actually a bathing area on here as well as a windlass up the front, and you've got these rails all the way around, and it is non-slip tread all the way around as well, and you've obviously got the operation you can do from up here. And we'll check at the helm when we get there, but I'm sure we can do it at the helm as well if we need to. Obviously a big glass windscreen with wipers and wash as well, so these have wash and white. But lovely hard top, and you can see we're fitted with radar, so there's a good Garmin suite on here for navigation, including the radar. What's that on the back? Is that a camera on the back as well? I think so. Yeah, so we've got a camera, but also one that you can move around. So it's a camera, it's not fixed. And as we pop back in, if you come on through, there's actually gas locker under there. But also there's a heating vent here, so this has Webasto heating throughout, including this cockpit area. And you can see once these double doors are open, because they open one the other side, it really opens up the inside to the cockpit area. And I really like this bimini as well as it comes across, and you can see it's actually extended to go all the way to the back. But once all these covers are off, you get a really nice shaded area, or it will fold back if you don't want it if you want it open as well. I just want to show you actually, George, let's go down here. So there's a lazarette here, so there is storage in here. Because remember, this is shaft drive, so the engines aren't here, they're under there. And so there's a bit of storage there. That's also access to rudders, if you wanted to. And then this is actually engine access. So you can climb down and in between the engines. But what I'll show you is a sign kind of the build of it. It's been very well thought out. I love the position of the fuel filters, easy to change. The strainers for the engines are very easy access as well, and the engines are obviously tucked up under there. Seacocks are just right directly down in the middle, so seacocks, fuel filters and water strainers are all very much to hand. Now these are two D3 Volvo Penta D3 engines. And as I said, they'll push the boat up to 30 knots. Nice engines, very modern. They're car-derived engines, so very quiet, economical, nice little units. And the fuel tank, though, if you look, so normally I'm used to seeing all the fuel lines and everything coming off the tank, but this one, the fuel lines are taken from the bottom, so that enables there to be a small sump in the bottom, and there's actually a drain from the bottom of the tank as well. So it's designed that if there's any water or debris that gets into the tank, you can just drain it out the bottom. So periodically you can drain it out and just make sure there's no contamination there. Really good addition. There's also a hatch on the side of the fuel tank as well. So if ever the fuel tank needed to be cleaned, this access hatch would allow you to get either side of the baffles to be able to clean the fuel tank out. And even the fuel sender is built into this tube, which is separate, to allow you to sort of the fuel just to come into here and not in the main tank. So everything's easily accessible, easy to hand. This is very well designed. I didn't expect it of the Rodman to be this sort of well engineered. It's much better engineered than I see a lot of other sort of boats of this type. So I was quite impressed with the fit out on this. But anyway, right, let's close this up. And if we go on through, and then we come into this lovely light interior, and nice windows either side, fitted with these mood lighting LED strips. These are on dimmers as well, so you can adjust the brightness of them. There's also ocean air blinds that have been fitted. But these are quite new as well, only in the past couple of years, and they really work nicely just to give you a bit of privacy. And the mood lighting works well. Which one do that?
You turn off I was just trying to subtly do it, but failed miserably. On the camera, the LED is pulsing.
Is it? Oh, right, okay,
so
okay. There you go. All right, well done.
Just to say, in real life, it isn't pulsing. I'm trying to be subtle there, turning it off and failed miserably.
Yeah, it's not pulsing in real life. But then, obviously, we've got that both sides. We've got the helm position, but also the galley is mainly laid out in the saloon area. So you've got a sink, and of course a 3-burner gas hob to go with the gas locker, of course. Storage below, but also a microwave, and cutlery drawer, as well as storage. More storage in here, and we have the fridge in here, and quite a large fridge. Normally they're smaller on this type of boat because it has a proper freezer compartment as opposed to just an opening in there, so I quite like that. The seat as well can move forward, and that gives you additional worktop space, and of course this can be closed off as well, so if you just want worktop space, it actually becomes quite a large area. It's not unusual to see this sort of layout on this type of boat, but quite well designed. And then we come around to the helm position. There's quite a few 3-pin plugs actually. There's one there. There's 2 actually in front of the helm. There's plenty of places to plug in. But now we can see obviously the Garmin plotter. It's a GPS map 4012. Also, it's complemented with a autopilot and barrel thruster as well. And what I do like is the Volvo engine. You can see there's actually very few analog gauges. So if you've got fuel, water and waste tanks, this has a holding tank as well, but it's actually all, if I turn the ignitions on, so this doesn't have a key for the ignitions, it works off of a fob. So it's a fob you just put over the start-stop buttons, and they'll turn themselves on and turn it off, and then it's just touch button starts. But you can see the Volvo Penta has its own digital display, and then you actually get on there whatever engine information you want. Obviously twin engines, so you've got the twin controls, all fly-by-wire, all electronic, so it feels very, very modern, very smooth running engines. And of course then you've got the Helm steering as well. There's access window here, so you can pop your head out and get a bit of airflow when you're going along. But all in all, it feels very, very modern, very easy to use. So standing helm visibility is very good. And of course I quite like the seat. It's actually, you're pretty much the same height as you are standing. So when I'm sitting here, I'm exactly the same height as when I'm standing. So there's no real adjustments you need to do, which is quite nice. Good visibility as well, especially when the seating is moved around. You can see right to the back of the boat. This seating area as well is quite clever. Obviously we've got a small table, it's quite sociable, and this can be made into a bed as well. And interestingly, it's actually stowed in this drawer is the wooden panels to actually unfold, and then fits along here, and you can actually make this then, you can move these cushions around to make this into an additional bed if required. But there is already more than one bed on this boat anyway, not including this one. So let's pop down below. I'll turn the ignitions off just so the engine fan will go off. You can control the windlass from here as well, like we said. And let's pop down, because this is where he really has cleared most of his bits and pieces off now, so there's very little on here. But it's got this lovely Cool Plus mattress. I think it's a memory foam mattress, and you really sink into it. It feels so comfortable. And again, it's quite a nice size as well. There we go. So I'm 6 foot, and you can see it's kind of an off-centre bed. So it is a nice size. Again, we've got the ocean air blinds either side, so very easy to open and shut. There is a feature as well on the wall, quite like it. It's a bit like it's a wallpaper effect. It's a nice pattern on there. It's very smart. And then we've got storage as well in here, as well as, again, you've got the blind at the top, which you can have it shut off, a blackout blind, or you can have it as a fly screen as well, or nothing at all. Really up to you. Okay, let's have a look under here. There's obviously a couple of storage compartments under here and access to things like the bow thruster. There is mood lighting all the way around as well, all up the steps, and also there's heating vents in all the sort of main cabins and rooms. But it's not the only bed. There is this additional bed, also doubles as a sofa if you like down below. It's almost like a dressing area, but is quite a large single bed. Again, just try it out for size. Yeah, loads of room actually. It's actually quite comfortable. Ocean air blind again. There's even a couple of 3-pin sockets in here for power. And then underneath here, we won't actually, these chairs are in the way, but the battery switches are here. But in here, there's actually access into a sort of utility sort of area. In there is the holding tank, the water tank, also some electronic access in there as well. There's 2 doors that just open up and you can get into that space. So let's shut the main cabin off. There's a barometer up there. There's even a grab handle here as well, so when you are getting around underway, there's something to hold on to. And then we go into this, what I consider quite big heads. You're right there, what are you doing?
Now, I've got into a mess here, so I'll just say, I am trying to help here and making a complete mess. I've just noticed that this seat comes up to give you forward facing, but I have no idea how it locks in, so I'm now trying to hold the camera and trying to hold it up at the same time.
Okay, let's figure this out.
How do you reckon, John?
I reckon you put this board down.
Do you reckon that locks it in place?
Yeah. Let's put that board down to the footrest, and then what are you doing here? So then you have to pull, so you pull the tag, and then put the seat down.
There you go.
So and then that locks into position.
That's why we're a good team. Because you're the engineer, you can work stuff like this out. I just make a mess. So we have a 4. Before we go into the heads, then we have this extra double seating, so we can have 3 forward-facing seats whilst going along. Obviously, great additional
seating, because obviously people don't like to be travelling without being able to see where they're going. 2 cup holders up here. Look, you just put this chart here. I quite like that. I quite like having, it's like a feature now, isn't it? Because obviously everyone uses a chart plotters, but it's just nice to be able to go, I'm about here. And you can tell your passengers, you can go, they'll go, because they won't have a clue where they are, they'll go, well, where am I? And you'll go, oh, I'm just in here. What all there? Right, let's put down. Right, okay.
30-inch chart plotter in front of you.
Right, so I really like the size of this head. So you wouldn't normally expect it on a 31-footer to be this big. Normally they're quite cramped, but it's really spacious. And you actually go round to the toilet. There's this big worktop all the way round. A manual flush toilet, but it has a hygiene fitting. What's that called? It's a C-Smart. And what that does, it goes into the inlet pipe, and it just keeps the bacteria from forming in the inlet pipes. You never get, when you pump the water in, it never smells. And if you've ever had a boat for any sort of period of time, you know the inlet pipe sometimes can get a lot of bacteria in it, and then the first couple of flushes it always stinks. But that really cuts that out. It's very fresh. There's no smell in here at all apart from it just feels very fresh in here. There's even a heating vent in here as well. And then you've got good storage space for bits and pieces. And as well as the tap here also doubles as a shower, and the shower actually has a curtain that comes all the way around, so you can enclose yourself into the shower. Certainly would be occasional. And there's even a power socket. Oh, it's a light switch socket up here, and it's waterproof. Oh no, that's the pump for the shower up in the ceiling there. So when you're in the shower, you press that, and as you can hear, the pump's going. I think it must be on a timer. Right, we'll shut that down here now for now. And so we can head back up. There's your heating control. So everyone know what that is? That's the thermostat, so that tells it how hot the room is. You can turn it up and down. You can use them as just a cool air function as well, so it'll just blow cool air. But then as we come through, look, you really get a feel of how beamy this boat is as well. Right, so that's the Rodman Spirit 31 2014 boat. So if you like what you see, come and see us at park-adams.co.uk and check out other videos on YouTube. But for now, I'll say that's it, and see you on the next one. Bye bye.